In the misted mountains of Fujian province stood a monastery famed for its healing springs. A young scholar named Little Cypress lived alone in the guest pavilion there. From dawn to dusk he studied without rest, his lamp burning late into the night. One bright morning a shadow fell across his book. He looked up in surprise. A woman stood outside the window, her long green skirt swaying in the breeze. "You are always working, Lord Little Cypress," she said with a teasing smile. So bewitching was her beauty that he knew her instantly for a goddess. Yet he asked where she lived and what her name might be. "Your lordship has seen his humble wife and knows her as a goddess." Why so many questions? Satisfied with her answer, he invited her to step inside. She entered, and her waist was so slender it seemed her body was split in two. They sat together, talking and laughing for a long while like old friends. He asked her to sing. She opened her lips and began a low, haunting melody. On the trees the bird pursues his companion. Oppressed slaves free themselves with love. How has my lord lived alone without enjoying the pleasures of married life? Her voice vibrated like a silk thread, piercing the ear and stirring the heart. As the song ended, she suddenly rose to her feet. Her face changed. "A man stands near the window," she whispered. "He is listening." He circles around. "Since when does a goddess fear a man?" Little Cypress laughed gently. "I am troubled without knowing why," she said. "My heart races. I must go." She reached for the door, then abruptly pulled it shut again, trembling. "Will you walk with me to the entrance gate?" she asked in a small voice. He held her steady as they walked together to the monastery gate. He had just turned away when her cry of anguish split the night. He whirled around, but the path was empty. She had vanished completely. He searched in stupefaction, his eyes scanning every shadow and corner. Then his eyes fell upon a great cobweb stretched in the wall corner. A monstrous spider held a green dragonfly trapped in its claws, struggling and crying. The delicate green insect beat its wings in anguish, crying piteously for help. Moved by pity, Little Cypress hastened forward to set the creature free. The pretty insect darted free and flew straight toward the guest pavilion. It flew in through the window and landed upon his open book. Little Cypress stared at the emerald-winged creature. Understanding dawned upon him. The woman in green had been this dragonfly spirit all along, ensnared by a demon. He had saved her life. She had come to him seeking warmth and companionship. By morning, the dragonfly had gone, leaving only a trace of green shimmer in the air. He returned to his studies, but now he watched the garden with a hopeful heart. On warm afternoons, green dragonflies danced among the willows, and he smiled. Some say she returned to him on quiet nights. Others say she flew free forever. This tale from the Strange Stories reminds us, even the smallest creature may carry a soul that loves,